Welcome to the AI for Career Success video overview by Curt Robbins, where we help you get smarter than your competition.
All right, today we are diving into a massive corporate battle for the future of entertainment. Now, this is all based on some really fascinating analysis from various financial experts, which was published on LinkedIn back on December 22nd, 2025, projecting this major showdown.
Okay, look at this number. This is what's at the heart of this whole thing. $108.4 billion. That is the staggering all-cash bid that Paramount has put on the table in a hostile takeover attempt for one of Hollywood's most legendary studios, Warner Brothers Discovery.
So you might be asking, why? Why is Warner Brothers Discovery worth all this trouble? Well, it's not just about a studio lot or some streaming service. No, the real prize here, it's a legendary, incredibly deep kingdom of content.
I mean, just look at what's inside this treasure chest. Whoever wins this bidding war gets control of some of the most valuable, multi-generational intellectual property ever created. We're talking about the superheroes of DC Comics, the magic of Harry Potter, the dragons from Game of Thrones, and yeah, the entire prestigious HBO library. And you know, business strategist Ken Sterling really hits the nail on the head with this quote. He points out that for a global streaming service, this isn't just about buying a bunch of movies. It's about acquiring those cultural cornerstones that can fuel an entire entertainment empire for decades.
All right, so let's get into the contenders. We've got two major players here, and we're going to look at how this whole high-stakes game really kicked off. It's a classic clash of strategies.
Okay, so here's the tale of the tape. Paramount comes in swinging with this massive all-cash offer for the whole shebang. Netflix, on the other hand, played it a little differently. A smaller, more surgical cash-in-stock bid for just the studio and streaming assets. But here's the twist. The Warner Brothers board actually said no to Paramount at first. They sided with Netflix, mainly because they had some serious doubts about whether Paramount could actually come up with that kind of cash. But you know, a fight like this is never over that easily, not by a long shot. Paramount knew they had to respond, and they had to address the board's biggest concern head-on: the credibility of their financing. They had to prove the money was real.
So yeah, the crucial point stopped being just about the size of the price tag. It became about the certainty of the money. Paramount knew it had to make a dramatic move, something that would completely change the narrative of this entire deal.
And here it is. This was the move. Larry Ellison, the Oracle co-founder and billionaire, who also happens to be the father of Paramount's CEO, he steps into the fray. And he brings with him a massive $40.4 billion personal financial commitment to back the deal.
Now let's talk about what this means, because that word irrevocable is absolutely key. This wasn't just some friendly promise. This was an ironclad, legally binding guarantee. It meant Ellison was putting his own personal assets on the line, a move designed to completely erase any and all doubt that Paramount's check would clear.
And they didn't stop there. To really sweeten the pot, Paramount also matched the termination fee they'd have to pay if regulators blocked the whole thing. This was a smart move. It basically neutralized one of Netflix's key advantages and showed they were just as serious about closing.
Okay, so this is where it gets really, really interesting, because this battle has implications that go way beyond money or content libraries. It's about the very future of media power and how it's going to be regulated.
Analyst Yash Agrawal just frames this conflict perfectly. He argues that this bidding war is forcing regulators to finally make a fundamental choice, one they've been kind of avoiding for years.
And this brilliantly illustrates the two competing visions for Hollywood. On one side, you've got Paramount, a traditional broadcast empire with structures the government knows how to regulate. But on the other side, you've got Netflix, a global tech company whose power is in a black box algorithm that regulators can't really see or control. Two totally different worlds.
So, with the financing questions pretty much settled, the Warner Brothers Discovery Board is left with an absolutely monumental choice, one that is going to shape this industry for a generation.
As analyst Brian Phillips notes, this whole fight has officially shifted from just valuation to credibility. The board now has to weigh Paramount's higher, guaranteed cash offer against Netflix's powerful streaming platform and a strategic focus. It's a judgment call about which vision and which leadership team is going to create the most value in this ridiculously fast-changing industry.
Ultimately, this whole bidding war isn't just about who buys Warner Brothers. It's a huge signal that reveals where the real power in entertainment is going to lie for the next decade. Is it going to belong to the side with the biggest checkbook or the side with the smartest algorithm?
Thank you for tuning in. This is where we teach you AI and help you get smarter than your competition.
To continue learning, we recommend you subscribe to the AI for Career Success YouTube channel. Please like, comment, and share to help us reach a wider audience.